Okay, now I have a lot of thoughts on this thing. Let's start off with the ammunition. This ammunition is really funky. Like, the design is really weird. Plus, it's not all that good. I'm missing half or two-thirds of a dart of one of these rubber bullets. Here's the 1/4, and this brings me to my second thing. My one of my biggest gripes. This ammunition is not. It doesn't hold together. It pulls apart quite easily. Now, so what I would do is when you first buy this thing, have a thing of super glue, and just like go at all the tips and try and wiggle the tips off. If they come off, then take some super glue and super glue that bad boy back together. Like so. Here's another prime example. So the ammunition itself isn't too durable to begin with. However, it can be easily fixed with some super glue. So, and then once you have some super glue in, it's not that bad. It stays together fairly well. So, yeah, like that's all there is to it. The blaster itself is not powerful at all. Two reasons for that. One, this is heavy, so there's a lot of gravitational force under this. Like, this stuff is heavier than a Nerf. Like, this is probably twice the weight of a foam dart. So, keeping that in mind, there's double the gravitational force on this thing. At least that's how I'm assuming physics works. Don't ask me, I did not take physics. So there's that problem. The other problem is this is not air pressure. This is all spring power. So it's not going to travel. The ammunition isn't going to travel far to begin with because there's not that much like power behind it at all. Like at all. So yeah, the darts aren't going to fly far at all ever, which kind of sucks. But you know what it is really good at doing? Looking like an M1911. So this thing would look absolutely sick as a prop for whatever. If you painted this thing up and used it as a prop, you could probably use some 3D printed parts. You can slide the barrel back and attach a muzzle, or you can put some tape around the magazine or glue the magazine in like that, and then bada bing bada boom, you have yourself an extended mag. So yeah, it does really well at looking like a Colt M1911. Another thing a gripe I have, is these rubber bullets tend to get jammed up inside of the magazine. They are not very fond of being stuck inside of a magazine at all. So there you go. There is no spring power in this magazine to begin with. Now, that can easily be fixed by putting a heavier spring in, but still, it's not ideal in terms of magazine designs to have your magazine jam up on you. So, here's my quick fix technique for that. When you first get this thing, take a thin piece of sanding and just go along the edges and just give them a light sand to try and compensate for that weak spring. Or just unscrew this thing and put a stronger spring in like any normal modder would, which is what I'm thinking of doing eventually. Probably want to just go to the hardware store and grab a powerful spring and shove that in there to get it working. So yeah, what does this? Let's sum up the cons first. Cons: crummy ammunition, even more crummy than Nerf ammunition. So pretty crummy ammunition. Terrible magazine, and poor performance. Pros: cool looking ammunition, cool looking blaster, very flashy, very slick, and it also is magazine fed, which is something that in the grip, which is something that has been becoming really popular as of late in the Nerf community. So that's kind of cool. So take it as you will. Personally, it's grown a lot on me. I love this thing. Well, not love it. It's more like, this is something I would probably like show off to my friends. I'd be like, hey, look at this thing. This thing is pretty sick. Oh, I can shoot these ridiculous ammunition types. Check this out. Oh, tactical reload. Oh, type thing. But other than that, I would never use this thing in a Nerf battle, especially with its piss poor quality. Yeah. Is it worth the price, I guess? That's totally up to you. Is it worth the $17? Maybe. Again, it really is up to you. I don't mind it. I'm quite fond of it. Oh, it also does that. It also will sometimes eject a round of ammunition out of the barrel by complete accident. So there's that. Inconsistency is over 9,000. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my review of this Showu Toys, Shihu Toys, Shawahu Toys, Toys, Toys. Made in China, says it all. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Hello, and welcome to day 2. Now, after operating this cracked up blaster for a day, I have learned one thing. When loading it, it is very important to see those wet edges? Stagnate them. So that, kind of like that, when it looks like that inside of the magazine, in order for this thing to work properly. I mean, it works alright, but sometimes you'll have stuff like that come out where the dart, when you load it, the dart comes flying out the barrel, which what happened there. So we're down to 4 shots. Now we're sitting about 15 feet-ish away from Clone Trooper Bob over there, and let's just give this a shot. 4 rounds. Now, I wouldn't expect anything too spectacular from this. Yep, there you go. Another one just got ejected. And that's it. Okay. Yeah, there's nothing much to this thing. I mean, it's extremely cheap for what you get, and performance is not good at all. Firing 2 more shots out of this thing, or 1.5, depending on how you view it. All right, I will see you on the bench for my final thoughts and opinion. Okay, so this is the same day as the worker kit review video took place, but this is going to be a 2-day video. The reason why it's going to happen over 2 days is because immediately when I was done, something extremely cool came in the mail. Again. Which was unexpected, but hey, I'm just too excited to dig into this package for me not to do anything about it, so here we are. Let's get on to it. Oh man. Okay. Here. Let me just... Now, these aren't really talked about too much. I know it's kind of cartoony looking, but more bubble wrappy stuff. This, a 1-to-1 scale replica of a Colt M1911 that shoots these really cracked up, cranky, funky, colorful rubber bullets. So, who cares about the cartoony packaging, because this is really cool looking, and I'm hoping it works, because if this thing shoots as well as I hope it does, things are going to go well. If you want to buy one of these for yourself, then you can just go on Amazon and look for Nerf Colt M1911 or something like that, and this will show up. Man, oh man, is this hefty. Wow. Interesting. Very interesting. Now, where's the magazine release? Okay. Let's check a bulletin. Weird. There definitely doesn't seem to be much power. Oh, it does fire it. Okay, it does fire the projectile. Not hard, but it does fire the projectile. Okay, let's load up a couple of these things. Huh. I have never... I just recently heard about these things. Oh, wow. Okay. So, doesn't seem to take that many. Just 5 by the looks of things. Interesting. So it is a little finicky, but hey, let's, okay, that's one. And we already have some sort of... Oh, okay. Some part is loose in there now. What the? Okay. So, it's weird. What the heck? How does this thing work? What is this bit? Oh, is this the back cap of a... I see. That's the back cap of a rubber. I was wondering what was going on. This thing is really weird. Like, really weird. It's really cool. But it is really, really funky. And now I understand kind of more or less why it is 17 bucks. I was like, dude, this thing is way too crazy cool for 17 bucks. Now I get why. So, seems like it only likes to take 5 or so rubber bullets. Okay. Okay. That's 1. That's 2. And we have one that seems to be jammed up. Interesting. Oh, there we go. Okay. Shot. So, by the looks of things, this is more of a cosmetic than a functioning blaster. It doesn't shoot that hard at all. Like, at all. I can't see this thing shooting at miraculous feats. Let's see the back of this thing. How many does it want? 5. Yeah, okay. So let's load in 5 and see if I can't shoot all 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. It only seems to want it. Okay. Yeah, it definitely needs a heavier spring for this magazine. That seems to be its biggest problem, is the magazine doesn't have a big enough or strong enough of a spring. I'm probably going to mod this thing, to be honest with you, because I would love to see this thing just absolutely make these rubber things go frickin' flying. 1. Nope. Has not fed a dirt yet. Very, very wonky and strange. Very wonky and strange. Weird. Huh. Okay. Well, a dart just fell apart. Okay, so here's my thoughts. First thoughts and impressions before we go on to a firing demo. This thing does not seem to fling them hard, fast, well, at all. Like, that one just went flying. Okay, so it shoots these things with a high amount of inconsistency. Like, a super high amount of inconsistency. It feels like the further they are inside the barrel, inside the chamber, the harder they're going to fly. Which makes me wonder, what if I chucked one into the barrel and just cocked it and shot it? Nothing. Weird. Yeah, this thing is very, very strange. It's very cool, though. I like it a lot. Does it twirl well? No. It has no weight. It's very lightweight. The majority of the weight is in this magazine. Yeah, it's very funky. I feel like this could be so far my thoughts on this thing are, it would be a very, very cool cosmetic weapon, but in terms of performance, I don't have much hope for it. But we won't know for sure until we fire it. To the firing range.